All right, guys, welcome back to another episode. We're actually off the water now, and by we, Mario. Over there somewhere is Bruce, over there somewhere is Bob, over here is Martin, the crew. And the reason we're doing the intro now is because when we got here it was like pitch dark. And this is a really special trip. There's a reason it's just us, and there's a reason all the good friends came out, and maybe Mario can help fill us in. What happened?
We planned out a small little bachelor party get together with the guys just to get Edward out before he gets married. So we planned this out for a couple weeks, and here we are. So, you know, we came out early morning, hiked about 2 miles down the road.
Way more than 2 miles, guys. Way more. It felt like 10. But it was probably 3. I think it was 3 easily. It all paid off though at the end.
Yeah.
It came through pretty strong. Definitely we'll be back to visit this place.
Okay, and you'll see why. So yeah, enjoy the clip. This will start at 2:30 in the morning, where these guys rock, paper, scissors to see who gets the window seats.
That rock, paper, scissors was epic.
You'll see right now.
1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Yeah, I would.
That was epic. This is what we're doing at 2:30 in the morning. We're about to head out. This is a surprise bachelor party thingy that the boys are throwing for me, so I feel super special. But you guys get to come along, so let's go.
What's going on over there?
Bruce, where are you?
Shotgun.
Smile.
Hello. There you are. Hello.
Dark outside. It's dark. All right, guys, we're on the beach already. It is 6:17, 6:18. The sun's not even out. You guys can't see, but if you guys end up knowing exactly where we are, kind of keep that to yourselves. Good for you. It's a good spot. We'll see if we can get them. Found a nice deep pocket, and we're gonna start casting. Hopefully this glow sardine does the trick here in these low light conditions. Really quick, just wanted to say thank you to Fetty for letting me borrow the reel you're gonna see today. It's the Van Staal VR50, and this is that Genesis rod that you heard in our last video that the tip broke off and I bought it off of him. But yeah, it's a good setup. 30-pound braid, 25-pound top shot, fluorocarbon, and at the end, super glow sardine. All right, so it's daylight now and still not a bite. So since there's a little bit of daylight, I'm gonna throw something more of an anchovy imitation. So I have this Kalisa. It's their MS anchovy color. And if you guys didn't know, Kalisa just released a glow sardine. And if you guys want to try that out, because the glow sardines Lucky Craft have been all sold out. If you guys wanted to try a different lure with the same glow sardine pattern, Kalisa is hooking us up if you guys want to try it for yourselves with a coupon code. The link is in the description, and if you type in the coupon code hook to cook as you are checking out, you will get 10% off that whole order. And they do give discounts if you order in bulk. I think if you order enough, I think 10 costs like 108 with the coupon code, so you're basically buying them for like 11 bucks each. But this is the Kalisa. You guys have seen it on our channel. Premium bucktail made by Steve Jansen. So thank you, Steve. Let's try it out. Since there's a little bit of light now, this should be nice and reflective, and it looks just like an anchovy.
So from this point of the video forward, something really unfortunate happened. Let me show you. This is my GoPro setup, and the GoPro fits right in there, and then this plugs into the side of the GoPro, and this provides endless battery pack and audio. But this is where the audio is plugged in, and it was actually pulled out just a little bit, just like that. So I couldn't really tell, but then it doesn't record any audio. And then when you plug it in, that's when it records audio. So there's just a small play in it. But gosh, for future videos, I definitely need to double check and squeeze this down to make sure that the audio is going. But for the rest of the video, there's pretty much all the audio missing from the GoPro setup. But fortunately, I had my big camera and my phone with me to record the other audio. But hopefully you guys still enjoy the rest of the video. We ended up walking all the way to the end. We continued to fish our way out. It took about 2 hours or so, and Bob and I continued to have a conversation about maybe trying different spots or going somewhere else. But we started making more casts, and here's what happened. Literally at the most unexpected time, I ended up hooking up, and with this rod and reel combo, it really was not a problem really bringing in this fish. It was pretty awesome. Loved how it performed catching the striper. At this point, I am hooping and hollering, and it gets the attention of the guys. Martin, Bob, and Bruce start coming over. Mario was a bit far away. He couldn't even see or hear what was going on. He didn't really find out until later, but all the guys come over to check out the catch. And then ultimately, since striped bass are schooling fish, they really want to get out there and start making their casts, because the odds of catching another one are actually quite a bit higher right now after seeing this catch. But yeah, guys, the super glow sardine with the trailer definitely worked, and it was definitely a time we all were celebrating because it all made it worth it. The trip is actually a 3-hour trip to this spot that we were fishing, and they were really excited to get on this bachelor trip together, and it all paid off with this one fish. How could it even get better at this point, right? But it does. I ended up catching this fish on the back treble, which is a O'Shaughnessy VMC 4X strong hook. But if you notice in the lip, part of the stock hook actually ripped off. This fish measured in at 18.5 inches, so it's definitely a keeper. And I know there's a lot of guys here who watch who are strictly catch and release. However, this is the third striped bass I've caught all year, so it's definitely a keeper for me. And since they're not as abundant here on the Central Coast, it's dinner time.
All right, we got illegal. And just so you know, it is really late in the season, so catching one of these this time of year, it's currently October 28th, and catching a striper here at this time is super rare, so we're gonna have a striper dinner.
Striper for dinner, boy.
When you catch a fish that you're intending on keeping, it's always good to perform your version of ikejime on this fish, and what that means is you put the fish out quick. It's just as good as bonking them, and then you also want to bleed them out so that the meat keeps very well. Leaving the blood in the fish itself makes it so that the meat will deteriorate faster, and you get a better flavor when you're able to bleed them out properly. And then also, one thing that you can do when you're on the beach is you can remove all the organs so that you don't have to carry all of that out. It is a little bit of weight, but it's still extra weight. So ultimately, we go ahead and bleed out this fish, remove the guts, and let the seagulls take care of the rest. But this fish ended up not suffering that long, and its meat was kept very, very well. Again, all you needed to do for this process is one good stab to the brain region, and then cut the gills, and then remove the guts. Right after I was done cleaning that fish, Bruce pulls in this barred surf perch, and this gets us all excited because it's just a sign that there's so much life in the area right at this moment, and we were right on them, so it made it so awesome. Everyone was super pumped. All right, it's time to get right back in there. If you guys are curious about what I'm putting on my hand, it's a archery glove, and essentially what it does is it protects your fingers from the string of a bow, or for our uses, the string or the braid of the fishing rod. When you cast a lure over and over and over, that braid rubs against your finger and it ends up cutting away the skin little by little until it's raw. If you guys want one of these, the link is in the description. So at this point, we're all working this one area, and literally within 5 minutes of catching mine, Bob hooks up. At this point, after that first striper, the barred surf perch, and now Bob hooked up on his salmon rod onto another striped bass, the energy was unbelievable. We were all having fun. All the guys started coming over to watch Bob fight this fish. And this fight was actually a little bit more difficult because the rod that he's using is a lighter action rod than what I was using. And he was able to manage to bring that thing in. And again, the energy was just unbelievable right now after those fish being caught. We're all like kids in a candy store right now, being at this exact location at this time. Man, everybody's celebrating. And then Bruce points out that the fish actually has a cut right by its anal fin. So we were all wondering what made that happen. But the stoke was real.
Woo! That's my first Monterey striper.
That's a beautiful fish, Bob.
Let's measure it. I know it's legal, but let's see if that beats my other one.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Awesome.
That one will go
22
20
and a half.
22 and a half.
That's a beautiful fish. Yeah, what happened there? He got cut pretty bad. Probably got bit by a sea lion.
First Monterey striper. Made the trip worth it.
Hell yeah, peace out.
So this whole time Bob and I were just messing around with his striper. Bruce had already hooked on probably midway while Bob and I were talking, and Bob was like, dude, Bruce had walked all the way across the beach and he is fighting a fish for sure. At first Bruce said that he thought he caught a surf perch because it wasn't fighting as hard, but we think that this fish realized he was caught. And man, this fight was epic. The waves were just not cooperating at all. They were pulling the fish back. Bruce had a medium light action rod, so he can really get good distance on his casts. But when it comes to fighting the fish, both the angler and the fish were definitely spent. You can just see how much he's working for this fish. It was unbelievable. And then at the end, I was able to assist, but it was just really cool to experience this. And he actually hasn't had a lot of experience fighting fish like this, so he wasn't exactly sure what to do. So he's going back and forth, but this moment was epic. Man, look at that. The sun, the waves, everything was amazing. The energy, it was awesome. This all made the trip that much better. It was definitely the cherry on top. All the guys were stoked that I was able to get mine, but their stoke translated into them catching their own fish. That was awesome.
2 trout, oh, 3. He wasn't going anywhere. Thank you. This is what it's about, guys. Coming out, friendship. Here we go. I love it. Woo. That's a monster, bro. Yeah. It's like half my body.
Not too long after Bruce's striped bass, we end up seeing Bob with another fish. We thought it was another striped bass, just the way that it was fighting. But as he brought it in, we realized it was another surf perch. However, it was just still exciting to be able to get on a good school of different species of fish. That's the beauty of fishing this area of California, is you never know really what you're going to bring up. It's so awesome, whether it's a smelt or a surf perch or a striped bass. But it was definitely a cool experience. After Bob's surf perch, we started getting hungry and decided to start heading back to the parking lot, but working every hole on the way back, which is a very important tip. If you're fishing a place you're not as familiar with, definitely go as far as you can in terms of walking away from your car, and then that way you can work all the holes on your way back and you cover as much water as possible as efficiently as possible. Off camera, Mario was fishing quite a ways away behind, and he ended up catching a striped bass. And in order to see that video, go ahead and go to his channel, which is linked below, and see his video. Not only did Mario catch his first ever striped bass, he ends up catching his personal best barred surf perch out on this trip. Here it is.
Ha! Do you think it was a striper? Yeah. Whoa!
That's my TV,
dude. That's a monster, bro. Do you have a tape measure?
I do.
Dude, that's a monster. Bro, that's a long fish. Wow, on the super globe. It's no joke, guys. It works.
It works.
Oh, that's 16 all day.
Right there.
Yeah.
Tip. Exactly 16. Wow. That's my PB right there.
Hold it up,
16
brother.
inches. He's a monster.
Wow.
Oh, I got a scale too. I was screaming for you too.
You're like, yay! All right, I hope you guys enjoyed all those catches. We got Bruce's first striped bass.
That's right.
We got Mario's first striped bass. 22 inch, 18.5 inch.
Finally, I did it.
And he promised that he would release it back into the ocean so it can be nice. The ocean can be nice to him in the future. So definitely kudos. Everything was done legally, so all the catches that we are actually bringing home are all legal. So it's good, good, good. Bob got a 22.5.
Yes, sir.
Epic day, epic day, epic day. Martin, a couple weeks ago got a 28. So to relive that catch, check out like one of the last videos. But guys, in all realness, you guys need to find friends like this. These guys are freaking awesome. So we'll catch you guys on the next episode. Thank you so much for watching.